Yes, although we are all back to work, but we must say Happy Workers' Day to all the workers who celebrated their Workers' Day on Monday, which also coincided with the Salah celebration. Happy holiday to both workers and our Muslim friends who always watch the show. Special greetings from Sport Pizza to all of you. But we'll always be here to give you the show, to serve you all the details happening in the world of sports. My name is Brownson Uwana. Now, on the show today, we're looking at Nigeria as much as we are heading to the African Cup of Nations qualifying series. Super Eagles yet to name a coach. And it was a sad moment last week when it was announced that Mino Raiola passed away at age 54. Big agent as far as football is concerned. We'll also be giving you some players or some teams have relegated in England. Of course, some have also gained promotion. Some at the brink of relegation, and then some at the brink of survival. Who are these teams? You find out more after this break. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now, my strike partner, Olakunle Philip, joins me at this time. Kunle, I should have said Happy Workers' Day, even though it's past, but let me just still say Happy Workers' Day and Happy Salah to you.
Yeah, Happy Workers' Day, Happy Salah, and we want to wish our Muslim brothers, is it Eid al-Kabir? And it's a great celebration. It's a time to actually look back and look at how well one have actually spent his life, things that you have done, and of course the need to also take into cognizance the fact that God Almighty is the ultimate. It's good to be here, Bronson.
All right, that's what it is. Good to be here always. Now, charity begins at home, so let's start the sports show right here from home. Now, let's look at Nigeria. Super Eagles of Nigeria, we've spoken about them time and time again, Kunle, and it saddens me to see that just when we thought we had Pasero as a coach, Sport Ministry have come out to say that he doesn't have records, so they need a team, a coach who's got record, who can stand the taste of time and deliver. But it worries me because the African Cup of Nations qualifying series begins next month. Now, if that doesn't happen, we are left with Salisu Yusuf as the only option to take us there.
Yeah, we're left with Salisu Yusuf. The African Cup of Nations qualifiers will begin next month. That's in the month of June. And as like you said, we don't have a substantive coach to tinker the Super Eagles. Salisu Yusuf has been named as the home-based Super Eagles coach and also the coach of the Under-23. But the question is, with the way things are going right now, how many months or how many days will the new coach that will be bringing, that they will be employing, have to work with the boys? I think that this is a very sad situation, and it's looking like everything is at a standstill as we speak. We were on the verge, like we said, the NFF were on the verge of securing the services of Julius Pesero, but the Sport Ministry came out. I think, some people would disagree with the fact that the Sports Ministry altered the move, but some will also agree because there's need to check the excesses of the Nigerian Football Federation because they've got so many decisions wrong, and that's why we're in this state of quagmire that we have right now. But I think if you're saying Joseph Pesero is not well qualified, we analyzed the credentials, the antecedents of Pesero, and we feel that he's not a proven coach. And because of his style, he's not an assertive person. He's a man that is so gentle and all of that. We doubt if he will be able to actually get to deal with the superstars in the Super Eagles fold. And and some of his past are also. Then let's not forget, we also talked about the fact that oftentimes in the time past, we have never had a proven coach except Bora Milutinovic in 2000, I think it was in 2008, or I can't remember the World Cup we played where we defeated Italy 3-2, and it was Bora Milutinovic that led the Super Eagles then. So after that and before then, coaches like Clemens Wester were not proven. Joe Bonfrey, you know, apart from the local base players.
As a matter of fact, General wasn't proven when we hired him.
We coached Niger Republic, Chad, or Dereba. So I think when they get to the Super Eagles, you know, under the Super Eagles, they
need to build credentials.
Build their credentials. So I think that is what the sport ministry are saying. You know, that's why they're saying they don't want such coaches. I remember someone, a proven man, a veteran when it comes to sport journalism in Nigeria, Larry Zamude, said, what we need is not just an ordinary coach. We need a proven coach, a coach that has the credentials to take us to greater heights. And if the sport ministry feels this is the right decision to make, they need not to rest in their horses in ensuring that we get a coach as quick as possible. That's what it is, a coach as quick as possible, because June is just around the corner and we might think we're just the first week of May. But I mean, if that decision is not made very, very quickly, I mean, I don't know. We may have to pay for it again. I'm scared because, you know, we have Sierra Leone in the group, apart from things like Mauritius and Southern Principe. We remember what Sierra Leone did to Nigeria right here in Nigeria, where we were leading by 4 goals. At Teslim Balogun Stadium. Yeah, I think it was Teslim Balogun, and they restored parity. And when we get to Wega, I remember Kelechi was telling Say Kamara, he said, look, we know go Messi for now for here. And you know, Say Kamara was telling him, you don't lose in Freetown. We don't lose games in Freetown. And at the end of the day, the guys were toothless. The Sierra Leoneans held their own, and the Eagles could not get past the Sierra Leone. So we need to be very careful. I don't trust the Super Eagles of Nigeria when we talk about. It's not about the personnel. It's about coaching right now. So we need to get a proven coach. We need to start to rebuild. That's what it is. I mean, and it has to be now. Yeah. Now, while we're talking about the under-17, the Super Eagles coach under-17 seems to be getting their acts right, because their two-leg, they defeated Egypt 6-0 on aggregate to get to the next phase of the under-17 World Cup qualifying series. And we understand they'll be taking on Ethiopia in their last game. Now, if they win this game, it's straight to India, where the championship will be taking place. Yeah, a very good one. I think I'm very delighted for the first time for quite some time. We've not had the under-17, under-20 are really doing well at 8th grade competitions. Talking about the female category, and even in the male category, it's even terrible as we speak. So it's good that things are beginning to take shape. The under-17 are on the verge, winning the first leg 4-0 right in Nigeria. That's at the MK Abiola Stadium in Abuja. And of course, last week they went to Egypt, and of course they dealt them a big blow, beating them by 2-0, and they'll be meeting the Ethiopian team that ousted South Africa in their game. So I think it's going to be a very massive one. And with the way they play, I watch them play, those girls are really determined to go all the way. So I think Nigeria will get a win against Ethiopia. And of course, I hope that we're able to do well in the World Cup. I'm looking at some other African teams as well who are also doing very well. The Ghanaian team are also doing very well in their group and in their game. I think they won by 7-0 or thereabouts. So we also have some other team. The Camerooners are also doing well. So for Nigeria, we hope that after qualifying, beating Ethiopia, we should be able to go far at the World Cup. Let's wait and see how well that goes. And if we get to the World Cup, I hope we don't play India, because I mean, if you are a child, if you are grown up now, you didn't hear the Nigeria and India 99-1 score line. You need to someone need to explain that story. Yeah, when the players are were about to shoot, they see lion. Sometimes I've wondered how this story started. And then, as children, we had to believe. We didn't know, we didn't understand football at that time. It was when we began to grow up that we began to understand that it was just a mere fallacy. I hope we don't feel 99-1. No. I don't think that has ever happened in the world of football. Stories. Some of those things we had as children, but some of those things helped shape how we grew up. Now, Nigeria Professional Football League is absolutely buzzing. We saw a beautiful game of football played last week, and of course, as much as we're still looking at the results, standings,
I'm going to concentrate on the standings right now because it's getting very, very more interesting as it is right now. Now, if you look at the table closely, we have Rivers United sitting comfortably on top of the table, 2 points ahead of second place Plateau United. Both teams have played 26 games. I mean, all teams have played 26, by the way. But of course, Rivers United have won 27. Goal difference, I beg your pardon, is 27, and goal difference with Plateau United is 21. Now, Remo Stars have been fantastic after returning to the league. Right now, they look like a team who is ready to go to the continent. We also have Rangers International on the 3rd place as it stands right now. Fantastic, fantastic. But let's quickly look at the relegation team right now. MFM looks like they are bound to be relegated this season. Well, who am I to say that? Because they've just played 25 games. Things can turn around. I mean, if Newcastle can turn their fortune around,
I don't. That's Newcastle. They have the money. MFM doesn't have the money. They'll tell you it's a church club, and they don't have the money, the finances to really, think out the team and all of that. I really don't see MFM escaping this. Probably the prayers and all of that could do that for them.
They need to get to the mountain.
I really don't see it happening. Well, when we look at the teams you mentioned, Plateau United against Dakar FC, they lost by a goal to nothing. It was a serious setback for the team. Being tutored by Fidelis Ilechukwu, the one we call Kamara. And of course, Enyimba bounced back from the 2-0 was, I think they lost in Ibadan. Was it 2 or 3-0 in the match day 25 of the MPFL in Ibadan? But they came back to beat Gombe United by 3 goals to nothing. I don't know what's happening to Kano Pillars. Remember what, the circumstances.
They're 19 on the log.
They are 19 on the log. 5 points deducted from them due to the unruly behavior of their fans, and they had to ban them. And of course, they are going to be playing their games right there in Abuja. They lost to Niger Tornadoes because any team we want to beat, we have a chance to beat them because they are playing on a neutral ground. No thanks to their fans, and the fact that they are not able to orientate their fans about the implication of having to beat coaches and all of that, and officials of the opposition teams and all of that. And of course, Kwara United defeated Rivers United by 2 goals to 1. That's the first 2 teams, talking about Rivers United on the top, and Plateau United lost their games in the match 26 of the MPFL. Still very exciting. Remo Stars are to go all out to get a win against Wiki Tories to ensure, and of course, to still maintain their stand as regards, whether they will be able to secure a place, in the continent. So it's really getting very exciting. And then for teams that are, still battling relegation, we wait to see how things will pan out. There's still games to be played, and of course, some of the teams. 25
games, a lot. They've still got a handful of games. I think about maybe 12 games to go. So the fortunes of this team can turn around. Let's take a very quick break at this point. Then we come back, more stories to come. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now, it was a very sad moment when the news broke about Mino Raiola's death. And for most of you that don't know who he is, the guy that broke out the deal of Paul Pogba to Manchester United. He was also the agent of some top stars like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He was currently the agent of Haaland and some other big stars. And there have been talks about how he has changed the course of football. Right now he's the most expensive. He was the most expensive agent, and it was sad. Report had it that he went for surgery, but these things happen.
Yeah, a very sad one. One of the most known agents in football world, and is one that is most respected by all clubs. Is one that always the kind of agent that pulls the chestnut out of the fire. Out of nothing, he pulls out deals that probably some feels that might not see the light of the day. Under Raiola, it happens. And then, it's just a very sad one for a man of 54 years. It's not about the money. It's not about the fact that he doesn't have the resources to take care of himself, but when things like this happens, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. He had his first just surgery in January, and then this is the second one, and then unfortunately, he had to leave Motherhead. A very sad one. At a point in time, it was being speculated that he was in coma and then wasn't pronounced dead. But the family came out to announce officially that he was gone. We pray that the Lord Almighty, in His infinite mercy, will grant the family and the football world the fortitude to bear the irreversible loss.
Yes, that very big loss as far as the world sport is concerned. Now let's go to England, or let's stick with England and give you some big stories coming. Now, Everton had their destiny in their hand and they made it count when they defeated Chelsea at Goodison Park last weekend. Now, that means they are 2 points away from, or 2 points, will I say away from relegation? Yeah, they are 2 points to touch safety position as it stands right now. Now, it's sad because they got themselves to this position. I mean, in my own part, my own view, Lampard hasn't done enough. Because, I mean, the game he's won, they're a handful. I think he would do a lot of magic like we saw with Newcastle when new manager came in. But, I mean, they've struggled. But the win against Chelsea, for me, has really, really saved them. Because with the game in hand, if they can get that one, they'll be out of relegation waters.
Yeah, they'll be out of relegation waters. And I think they understood the fact that they cannot afford to go down. Remember, they went down last week. And then that's the previous game before the one against Chelsea. And they knew that they need to give it a fight. And exactly what they did. Pickford was at his best. And then some of the players who give their best, not forgetting the rejuvenated Alex Iwobi, who was also all over the field. A fantastic one for them. We hope that the Frank Lampard-led team will be able to escape relegation. The outstanding game they have, if they are able to win it, like you said, they will be temporarily out of relegation, and then subsequent ones, if they are able to hold their own, and hope that the other teams will also drop points. They will be home and dry.
And of course, Watford looks like they would be joining Norwich in the Championship next season. As it stands now, once Everton win the outstanding game, it means they are officially relegated.
I think the case of Watford is I don't know. They started like a house on fire, and suddenly they began to lose games. They sacked their coach, brought in, I think it was Ranieri, and then it's not been fantastic. It's not been good for them, because they lose games week in, week out.
Let me shock you. They've lost more games than Norwich have been relegated.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've lost 24 games, while Norwich have only lost, of course, just one less, 23. Just 4 draws, 6 draws, and that's gone. But let's go to the top 4 battle in England this season. It's looking like it's going to go down to the wire. Absolutely. No doubt, the title contenders is between Liverpool, Manchester City. Yeah. Now, it's a matter of win, I win. Just we've seen a season in England where the both teams finished on point, goal difference, won the league. Very excited. Now we are having 83-82. Now, anything that drop points between both of them, the other has won the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
With 4 more games to go. But that's even not the most exciting part. Tottenham Hotspur threw the top 4 race open last weekend when they put up a very fine performance and got an all-important win that took them to 5th on the table, just 2 points behind Arsenal. And don't forget that Chelsea is also on 66 points. Now, Chelsea 66, Arsenal 63, Tottenham 61. I'm not going to call United because
don't call United.
No, United are Europa League bound. If you don't take time, they might go to the Conference League.
Yeah, absolutely. But it will be sad to see Cristiano Ronaldo play
in Conference League, right?
I hope that will not happen. Like you said, it's really getting exciting for the top 2 teams. Any of them that drop points, might just be losing the title. So I think with the way things are going, Manchester City look like they are not ready and willing to drop points. And for the teams jostling for honours, for Chelsea, they had their work cut out with that loss against Everton. The loss was a very disappointing one for them. Just 3 points behind Arsenal as we speak. And Arsenal getting an all-important victory against Western United. So many people felt Arsenal would not be able to do it, but they were able to, get the job done despite the fact that Western United equalized after they got the first goal. They got another goal, and of course they stood their ground to the end, and making a statement that they want to go to Europe. I have been telling Johnny that Arsenal are not going to let this opportunity slip, and I really don't see it happening. For Tottenham Hotspur, they are really fighting as well. You saw the way they took out Leicester City, winning by 3-1. Fantastic for them. But let's not forget, Brownson, Tottenham Hotspur have 2 key games right at their disposal. They have a game against Arsenal, and they have another one against Liverpool. Liverpool will not. So I think if you look at that game, if they beat Arsenal and lose to Liverpool, then Arsenal will be in the 4th position. So, and also for Chelsea, they need to get back to winning ways so that they can secure that number 3 spot. But the number 4 spot for me will go with, Arsenal should be nicking it.
Just time will tell as far as this game is concerned. Both teams have some exciting fixtures to run by. Now, before we go, because of time, now let's talk about AC Milan. They've been fantastic this season. Just when you think AC Milan will lose a game, now the game prior to this last weekend, they scored a winning goal in the 90th minute. Last weekend, we almost saw a repeat of that. It looks like they don't have the Scudetto very close to them. Now, again, Inter Milan have been neither here or there. Just games you expect them. They either drop points. So it looks like this season might just be AC Milan's season again.
Yeah, they look so determined. They look like the team that showed more desire, more intent to win it. I really don't see any team stopping them. They've been most consistent. I think the hallmark of a great team or of a champion team is the ability to nick in the points even when they are not at their best. And you can see AC Milan looks like a team that fights from beginning to the end. They don't rest in their horses. They fight, and of course they are able to get their compensation in the 10 minutes of the game. So I think it's looking like they are really very good. They are good to go. For SSC Napoli, for Inter Milan, they have been absolutely inconsistent. For Napoli, I think it's been a very disappointing season for them, losing to smaller clubs, and they at the point in time, they were jostling the number 1 position. At the point that they were leading, and the likes of Milan and Inter were 2nd and 3rd in the order, but they capitulated, they started dropping points, and right now they are not in contention. I think with the way things are going, AC Milan will be crowned the Scudetto champions.
Our time flies, so we'll talk sport. Kule, I must thank you for coming on the program today.
Yeah, it's always my pleasure.
Yes, with that, the wrap on our program today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Now, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms right now, displaying on your screen. Now, go to our YouTube channel, type Sport Pizza. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and watch previous episodes. You can also drop a comment. We'll be so glad to hear from you. My name is Brownson, and on behalf of the production crew, thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.